Hey, are you a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional? If so, we want you to apply to be a featured guest on our show. My name is Adam Torres, and I host the Mission Matters series of podcasts. I've recorded over 3,000 episodes, and we are just getting started. How do you know if you'd be a good guest to be on the show? Well, only one way to find out, and that's to apply, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We want guests that have a story to tell, guests with a brand, a product, or a service that can benefit my audience of listeners. If this sounds like you, go to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. I'd love to talk to you and get to know more about your story. Again, head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at Ask Adam Torres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Dr. Brisby on the line, and he is founder and medical director at Dr. Brisby's Medical Fitness Center. Mark, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. So we got a lot of topics to cover here today. We'll talk about medical fitness. What's the difference between that? And let's just say the fitness that maybe we've heard of in the past. We'll get into that. We're, of course, going to talk about your fitness center and some of the things that you're doing there and offering that are unique and really contributing to people and their well-being. And just to get us kicked off, let's start off with the Mission Matters question. So at Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories of entrepreneurs, executives, and experts. So that's our mission. Mark, what mission matters to you?
My mission that matters basically is being healthy is hard work. And we all kind of want to be healthy. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't want to be healthy, but we don't know what to do, or we have an injury and we don't want to get hurt. And so we want to be healthy, but it's hard work. What do I eat? What exercises do I do? Do I do aerobic? Do I do anaerobic? Do I lift weights? Do I go for walks? You know, a lot of people want to do something, but they don't know what to do, or they're scared, or it's just hard. So let me help you. Okay, let's make it easier. Let's make it successful. That's my mission matter. It's that being healthy is hard work. Let us help you.
Man, what a great mission. And we need your help. So I will be 100% certain to get some tips out of you for my audience and for myself, of course, on this interview. And maybe just to get us started, tell us a little bit more on how you got on this journey of medical fitness and helping people and wellness. I mean, tell us a little bit more about how you got started on this path.
Well, my path began in 1980 when I was a trainer with UCLA Sports Medicine Department. So this is my 41st year of helping people.
Wow.
Well, when I was younger, I primarily attracted a younger clientele. You know, I attracted sprained ankles. I attracted maybe just minor knee surgeries from activities. Well, I've aged, obviously, and so has my clientele. So I'm not really treating sprained ankles. I'm treating replaced knees, replaced hips, lumbar disc surgeries to the low back. So as my clientele has aged, I've had to adjust with them. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what was important for us 40 years ago is not as important now that I'm 60 years old. So I've had to evolve with my clientele. So that's how I got involved with it. I've been treating athletes and now elder athletes or people that just want to stay healthier. So
that's awesome.
It's been a long adventure and I've had to adapt.
So decades, 40 years in the business of helping people and in their health, or over 40, I should say, and helping people with their health. You know, there's going to also be some of the newer generation that are watching this interview, and you're a pioneer in this. You've been doing this a long time, and the whole industry has evolved literally throughout your career from when you started to now. Light years have changed when it comes to fitness and medical fitness. What kind of advice would you give to that newbie that's maybe just getting out of college, or maybe they're in college and they're thinking about a career going down this path? What kind of things would you tell them?
The younger person, I would say, just make fitness part of your lifestyle. Okay, it's on your calendar. from 10 to 11 every day, you exercise. It's not an option. Okay. So at that younger age, I mean, you can do your boot camps. You can do kind of general fitness routines. You're probably not going to get hurt, or you haven't been hurt in your past. So I think the most important thing at that age group, and especially at this age group, because a lot of them aren't active, just prioritize exercise or fitness into your lifestyle. Make it lifestyle medicine. Okay. Make it a part of your lifestyle now, because at some point you better. Okay. So make it now. Okay. I'm not too concerned about what they do now.
Yeah.
I just want them to do it.
So the concept of, I think in this education piece, while we have you on the line, the idea of just being healthy, like what to eat, what to do, like you mentioned, like in your mission statement of like that, a lot of people don't know what to do there. Maybe let's start there. Like, what does that look like? The whole being healthy, like goal and mindset.
Well, we have to look at fitness and exercise. I call it proactive medicine. Okay. Let's look at reactive medicine. Okay. Reactive medicine is medicine, drugs, and surgery. Okay. That's reactive. It's reactive to an illness. It's reactive to an injury. Well, let's prevent 80% of all Americans have low back pain.
Yeah.
At least one episode. Okay. 8 out of 10. So let's get into that. Okay. Let's do certain exercises to proactively prevent a low back injury. Okay. People my age, 50s, 60s, are having their knees and hips replaced. Well, let's do something about that. Okay. If you lose 20 pounds, you probably won't have your knee replaced. It's that simple. Okay. So let's be on the other side of medicine. Let's make medical fitness proactive medicine so that you don't have to be on a certain medication, high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes.
So the idea of getting started, that's often like challenging. Like you said, like fitness and like health, like this can be, I don't want to use the word difficult, but it's something that you have to be intentional about. But tell me about how that path looks like. Does it get easier over time? Does it evolve? What does that journey look like as you work with patients and clients?
Yeah, your goal is kind of the goal that we just mentioned for the younger group. Just prioritize it and make it part of your life. It's lifestyle medicine. We have to change our lifestyle. 6 out of every 10 Americans have a chronic disease. I mean, 40% have 2 chronic diseases. Okay, so we have to, and I think we all want to be healthier. I mean, so how do we make it easier for them? Well, you have to have accountability. Okay, it's if no one's holding you accountable, you're probably not going to do some of these things. Okay. And you have to be educated on what you go to and buy at the grocery store. Okay. Be educated that I do go to the gym. Okay. But I just spent 30 minutes on my elliptical. Well, you probably could have done 30 minutes of lifting weights and got a better exercise routine, got more bang for your buck. So initially you just want to try to make people accountable and do it and let them like it. Wow. I'm starting to look better in the mirror. I'm starting to feel better. Okay, my knees don't hurt as much. Okay, and then it gets easier. Okay, because once you see results, and results typically I say are 90 days. Okay, before they're real.
Wow.
Okay, 90 days before the results are real. Now, almost everybody the first day goes home, takes off their clothes, get in the shower, and they think they look better. Almost everybody thinks they look better after the first workout. You don't. Okay, but
I'm guilty of that, by the way. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. But when it's real is 90 days. The way you look and feel, it takes about 90 days. Okay. So that if you can get through that 90-day period, you're probably going to stick in there. When you have a New Year's resolution, the average New Year's resolution is done February 21st. 7 weeks. Okay. So they're 5 weeks short. Okay. So if they just go 5 more weeks, they can probably make that part of their lifestyle. Okay. Then it becomes easier. They like to go to the gym. They like to eat better. They feel better. They look better. And it's real.
That's amazing. All right. So I know this happened for me, and this happens to a lot of people. And you mentioned this a couple of times, both in you being in the industry so long, number one, but also like in treating your patients, like when they started, when they're younger, maybe sprained ankles, if they get a little bit further in age, then their needs change and what they want to do is going to change. I know for me that happened. So I should say fitness wise, I was always a wannabe meathead, eating way too much protein, trying to lift way too much weight. As I started getting up there, like further in age, like my goals changed and my wants changed. I'm not trying to deadlift, 400 pounds anymore. Now I'm looking at, okay, how do I make sure this body like lasts me long term? How do I age to be like healthy and, a mature person one day that can still move and has their function? Can you tell me like what that looks like that change in like goals and things like that? Because I feel like there's some people watching this right now that maybe haven't considered that yet, but it's changing. Like your body changes over time.
Well, that's the paradigm shift in exercise. Basically, in our younger years, it was pretty much vanity driven. Okay, look, okay, and that's I get it. I mean, who didn't? Who doesn't want to look better? Okay, especially in that younger years. But then as we get older, I mean, it's gone from vanity to hopefully longevity. Mm-hmm. Okay, vitality. Okay, I'm halfway done with my life. How can I have a good quality of life? And I'm in Santa Barbara, California. I have very wealthy clients that come to see me, and sometimes it's too late. They have a lot of money, okay, but they didn't take care of themselves. Okay, they took care of their finances.
Yeah.
So as we get older, we need to focus a little bit more on our health. I mean, in 1860, Ralph Waldo Emerson, the number one wealth is your health.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's really true. And when you actually see the result of people that are very wealthy or didn't take care of themselves, and they want to do it, but it's too late. That's what's sad. And they come in and I can't. Okay, so the paradigm shift basically is taking it from a vanity standpoint into a vitality standpoint. And again, making it a lifestyle change. Make exercise proactive medicine. Mm-hmm. Don't want to be reactive and go see doctors. Okay. And we saw that with COVID, basically, as far as the number one risk factor was obesity. And believe me, we're going to have more pandemics. Okay. And it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Maybe not to this degree, but it may just be a flu. Okay, it might be a really bad flu. So we have to think of being more proactive in our healthcare and make exercise our medicine.
So I think that's a great transition into a term that we've been using, but have yet to define or kind of go into yet, which is medical fitness. So I think for many people, that's going to be a departure from the typical, like just fitness by itself. So can you maybe just kind of distinguish what medical fitness is in your mind?
Yeah, medical fitness basically is as we've aged, okay, then we're more inclined of really personalized care. Okay. Going to an aerobics class 20 years ago where everybody's basically same, all their shoulders are the same, their knees are the same, their backs are the same. But when you get 50 plus, okay, we may have had a surgery. Okay. We may have a bad back. We may have bad shoulders. So basically, and we may have hypertension, high blood pressure. Okay. We may have diabetes. Okay. So medical fitness is working basically usually with someone that's knowledgeable in medicine and fitness and designing a pretty good program for that particular individual. What may be good for you may not be good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, because of these past histories. So medical fitness is taking kind of the medical model with an individual and prescribing a fitness program. And that takes someone who's educated, okay, in medicine and fitness. And there are lots of medical fitness people out there. I'm not the only one, but there are people out there. Medical Fitness Network is a site online, basically, where you can find one in your area if you want. Okay, so it's out there. Okay, there's not a lot of us. Okay, a lot of us are 20 years old with big biceps and telling people how to work out. Okay, that's the average personal trainer, obviously.
Yeah,
that's not what you want. Not when you're in your 50s. You want, and what they say is baby boomers want a baby boomer trainer. Okay, they want someone who understands their needs.
That's great. Just to get a little bit technical. So what's the difference between muscular and neuromuscular training?
Yeah, muscular training is, again, 20 years old, training body parts. Okay. You're getting on the bicep machine and working your biceps. Okay. That's muscular training. Okay. That's vanity training. We did it. We all did it. We all want to look better. Yeah. Neuromuscular training. What's that mean? Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about our legs. Okay. Neuromuscular training primarily pertains to the lower body. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the leg extension machine at the gym, the hamstring curl machine at the gym. Well, we don't do those anymore, nor should anybody. I mean, I don't care how old you are. Those machines should be thrown away anyway. Okay, but basically neuromuscular training is doing standing exercises, working on balance, working on working primarily with balance. Mm-hmm. A significant amount of death after the age of 70 is related to a fall. Okay? If you're over the 70, you have a very high risk of falling and a very high risk of death due to the fall. So you have to start thinking, be proactive in your exercise routine. You're not going to fall. Okay. When people over the age of 70 work with me, I have 3 goals. You will never have a walker. You will never shuffle, and you will never fall.
Wow.
And if they work with me over the age of 70, that better happen. Okay. Knock on wood. Those have always happened for me. I've never had anybody fall, walker, or shuffle after the age of 70 if they work with me. Okay. So that's your goal. So neuromuscular training is not machine-based training, not body part training, but training the entire nervous system, being on our feet, okay, getting more than just one joint involved, getting your ankle, your knee, and your hip involved in the same exercise. That's neuromuscular training.
So let's, can you walk me through like and I know every person's going to be different. I know there's a different want and need for the different people that you're training and working with, but can you walk me through like what it looks like? So I come into your center today and I'm like, hey, I want to learn more about medical fitness. And I want to start a program, maybe something like that. Like, how does that process look of bringing in a new client?
Bringing a new client, basically, again, 20 or 70. First of all, we have to establish movement patterns. There's only basically in a weight room, you either push or pull. It's pretty simple. Okay. So, but what we need to do, as far as the lower body, there's only 3 movement patterns. One is a squat. Okay. Almost everybody does not know how to squat. That's getting off the toilet. That's getting your garbage can out from underneath your sink. That's getting your clothes out of your dryer. Okay. That's squatting. Okay. Almost everybody, 90%, does it wrong. And then crash their back because they're moving from their hips. So we need to teach movement patterns, squatting, single leg squatting or lunging or split squats. Okay. And those are single leg pushes or double leg pushes, and then a pull, which is your hamstrings. Okay. But your stand, that's your Romanian deadlifts. So you have to teach the movement. Okay. But again, in this age group, the number one core muscle, everyone says it's your abs. Yeah, if you just laid in bed all day and got out of bed to go to the bathroom and go to eat, it would probably be your abs. Okay?
Yeah.
But we're movers. Okay, we're movers. Our number one core muscle is our gluteus medius, our side butt muscle, because we're walkers, we're movers. And that's the stabilizer. That muscle is on the side of your hips, and that keeps you level. Okay. So we have to teach them how to balance on one foot, which is the gluteus medius. Okay. We walk sideways on a treadmill. So it's hard. Okay. That's gluteus medius. So we have to teach fundamental movement patterns. Okay. Squatting, single leg squat, single leg push, pull, and double leg push. That's it. Okay. And then teach them how to work their nervous system, work their gluteus medius, how to stand on one foot without falling. That's the neuromuscular training. So everybody gets that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm working with the San Francisco 49er right now. Okay. That's what we're doing. Okay. Obviously at a very high level.
Yeah.
But he still does the same exercises that Betty Joe, who's 78, is doing. Okay.
That's awesome.
It's, what's a good program is a good program. It doesn't matter who you are. Okay. Yeah. It's a tough sell maybe when you're 20 to really buy into it.
Yeah.
Believe me, the 49ers buying into it because we're making a huge difference. Okay. So that's how we assess these people. And then as they know how to move efficiently, then that's when you load them up. Okay. The best exercises for longevity is exercises that creates muscle, creates lean tissue.
Yeah.
I own a gym and I'm a weightlifter guy. Okay. So obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased, but I'm pretty sure, stretching your hamstrings is not going to make you live longer. Strengthening your hamstrings I think it's going to make you live longer. Creating lean tissue. Lean tissue is active tissue. There's a lot of stuff going on in that muscle. So we want to live longer, and we want to create lean tissue, and we don't want to get hurt.
Fantastic. I mean, that's a great overview, and it just gives us it gives us a hint into your world and what you're doing day in and day out to help your clients and patients. And speaking of that, so tell us a little bit more about the overall fitness center. So give us a little bit more insight into that.
The fitness center, I'm in Santa Barbara, California. I've been here. I finished school in 1987, opened it up in 1988. Been going ever since. The last 13 years, I've opened a large center. We have 11,000 square feet here.
Wow. And you're in the center right now, correct? Like I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna keep telling me about it, but then I'm gonna make you take us on a tour. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So this is a large fitness center, and like I said, 11,000 feet. I'm upstairs right now. We kicked everybody out for this. We have gym members, and I have a sports medicine practice. So people come in here for essentially three reasons. One, they're a patient. They've hurt their low back. Okay. And we do therapy on their back. Okay. And they're here as personal training clients. They come in and they just want to be proactive in their medical approach. Okay. Not reactive. And a lot of our patients turn into clients. They see what's going on here. It's like, wow, I don't want to be on this side of the room anymore. Okay, we call it the dark side. Okay, they don't want to be on the dark side of our office anymore. Okay, and then we just have general gym members who walk in, and they're usually on one of our programs that we've implemented, and they just do their own thing. So patients, clients, and general fitness members is what comes in here.
Take us on a little tour. Let's see, maybe grab the little laptop and camera. Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at. This is awesome.
Okay, so
this is show and tell right now, Mark. This is awesome.
Okay. Can you see this? Okay.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay, so this is upstairs. Obviously, Santa Barbara, beautiful town, and then this is kind of what we would call more of our executive gym. Okay, kind of quieter up here.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
All right. This is a 1923 warehouse.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is the downstairs.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Can you see the dark side down there?
Oh, yeah. I see it.
That's the dark side. You don't want to go there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Okay. So and then there's a big room all the way in the back. Okay. We're doing some martial arts back there right now.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. So yeah, that's
fantastic. Well, you can go sit back down. I won't make you do any more show and tell, but I mean, everything looks great. It's huge. And you can see it's like great equipment. And I feel like now what I have to do is I have to get some free advice for you. I want some tips for my audience. So like I'm all about action, and there's people watching this right now that are like what's the low hanging fruit? Like if somebody's like sitting down watching this and they're like, I got to get started. I got to do something. I got to like I know, like I'm listening to Mark, and I know that the stuff isn't just going to fix itself, and medical fitness sounds interesting. And it sounds like a little bit more than what I was thinking once upon a time, because I know it's different. It was a different concept when you explained it to me, by the way. So I was, like I said, I just hadn't made that transition yet in my thought process, but it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So what are some things that people can do really just to get started? Like, how do people get started to kind of go down that path? Well,
I think initially, I think people underestimate themselves. Okay. Because I ask people everyone who comes to my office, like, what do you do for exercise? And they say, and they're 45 years old. I walk. I said, what do you do for exercise? I walk. And then, and I'm a smart aleck, and I said, walking is not exercise. I say you're too good for that. Okay. When you're 85, like my grandma, no, I'm being sarcastic, then it's exercise. Okay. So people, we need more than that when we're 45 years old. Okay. That's just something we do. We need to walk to do something. So I think, then I say, okay, well, just walk faster. Okay. Make it a faster walk. Okay. Or find a hill and walk up a hill. Okay. Make the walking harder if you're going to call walking exercise. Walk faster or find a hill. Okay. So we need to start doing more. Okay. if you've got pre-existing conditions and you do join a gym, okay, be careful. Okay. Be careful if you've got surgeries to joints. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say is it's hard work. Okay. And a lot of people are scared. They don't want to get hurt. They went to physical therapy and they're not quite better yet, so be careful, but start doing something. Okay. If you go to a gym, I love ellipticals. I think it's a great way to get your body moving. It's a lot better than walking. Okay. Because the hip mobility is so much more. When you walk, your hips are basically just going like this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
When you do elliptical, it's this and this and this. Okay. It's non-impact. Okay. It's good cardio. It's not really building a lot of lean tissue. It's not really a lot of strength, but it's something to get going. Okay. So I say, get going. This is the first thing. 8 out of every 10 Americans have low back pain. Okay. Well, we don't do sit-ups anymore. So hopefully most of us should know that we don't do sit-ups anymore. We don't do crunches. Okay. But start doing planks. Okay. Plank is, and if you don't, there's tons of videos out there. Just start doing planks. Okay. That's a great way to strengthen up that low back. Okay. Stand on one foot, stand in the mirror, look at all you have to look at is your shoulders, stand on one foot, look at yourself in the mirror and watch your shoulders stay level. Okay? And do that 1 minute per foot. Okay. That's working the most important core muscle, the gluteus medius. It's giving you a lot of feedback from your ankle. It's giving you a lot of stability from your hip. And that will prevent falls. Okay. A stable hip will prevent you from falling. Start working balance, 1 foot, 1 minute, shoulders always stay level. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do. Okay. A lot of people can't do it. Okay. So work on balance, work on some core strength, do some front bridges, start walking, start getting on that elliptical, walk faster, walk up a hill, push yourself. Okay. It's okay to push. Okay. For most people. Okay. It's just make walking harder because walking is not exercise. We're too good for that.
Oh man. Well, I have to tell you, Mark, this has been awesome. I've learned a lot. I'm going to try that. When you said, 1 foot, 1 minute, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know when the last time, or if I've ever tried that, actually. That's going to be one of my things that I'm going to do when I go home today. I'm just going to sit in the mirror and I want to be like, can I do it? Can I not? I don't know yet.
The hip is say you're on your right foot, your right hip, right shoulder, left shoulder. We call it the hip, shoulder, shoulder triangle. That triangle should never move. Okay. And if it does move, you're going to drop your left shoulder. That means you lost your right hip. Okay. So work on that hip, work on that glute med. Okay. And then if you could do that for a minute, well, then we put you on wobble boards. Okay. Or then we make it harder. Okay. But that is the most important core muscle, is that gluteus medius, because we are movers.
Love it. So Mark, that being said, again, this has been great. If somebody is watching this and they want to learn more about your medical fitness center and they want to connect and follow your journey and brand, what's the best way for people to do that?
Yeah, right now, if they're in Santa Barbara, it's the training room. Okay. The website for the training room is the trainingroom.org. Okay. And then we are just launching a whole new online business as well. Okay. And there'll be a wait list basically, because we're just getting it ready to go. And that is drbrisby.com. Okay. And that is going to be personalized. That is going to be a personalized approach to fitness. It's going to be a monthly fee, and they'll have hour sessions with me, half-hour sessions with one of my trainers every week. Okay. It'll be a Nutrition Magician is an app that we've had, and amazing nutrition app. Basically, put in the food, it spits out all the nutrients, calorie, 26 micronutrients, and it grades you A through F. At the end of your day, you want your total dietary input as an A. So there'll be that. So if they are interested in basically a monthly membership fee, that'll be drbrisby.com. Okay. And there'll be a wait list on that, because that's coming up. And we want to launch that. This is June. We want to launch that by August 1st of 2021.
All right, Mark. So I want you to leave that website for me one more time, just so everybody can go check it out.
Yeah. The Santa Barbara website basically is the trainingroom.org. Okay. That's our local thing for patients and clients to reach us. Okay. And then the other website was just drbrisby.com. Okay. It's going to be launched, like I said, very soon. We have a waiting list on that for basically people who are interested in our membership, our monthly membership, and that could be anywhere in the world.
All right. Well, again, Mark, thank you for coming on to the show. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you learned a lot. I know I did. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. We definitely want you to be a return listener and a return visitor. And Mark, thanks again. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Adam.